Today I'm going to show you a recipe that I tried recently for homemade bread. So you don't need a bread maker for this. You could do it with your oven, and it's pretty easy to do. And the recipe's quite easy. The only thing I would say is that you start early because you do need to allow time for the flour and the bread dough to rise. So basically I have my big bowl here. I have 3 cups of water that I'm gonna pour into my bowl. And so the first step in this process after putting the water is you need 2 tablespoons of active or instant yeast. If you have the little packets, that would be 2 little packets. So I'm going to go ahead and put 2 tablespoons in. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to mix it in with my spatula. And make sure that the yeast somewhat dissolves in the water. And so what I have on the side here that you can probably see is I have 7 cups of bread flour here. So as soon as I'm done with this yeast, I'm gonna go ahead and add those 7 cups in. So that's as good as I can make it, I think, at this moment. So here is the 7 cups of flour. And then the last thing I need to add in here is actually either 3 teaspoons of salt, or really honestly you could even do 1 tablespoon of salt, which should work. So here is my salt. It's all good. Once I've done that, I'm gonna pick back up my spatula and literally mix this in. So I'm gonna do a variation today. Last time I made it plain, like you see now, with no other flavors. But since I'm mixing the dough right now, I'm gonna go ahead and mix in some garlic powder because I like garlic, and so does my husband. So I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. Here we go. That should be more than enough. And then I'm actually adding some crushed dried sage from our garden. So it's always fun to use those herbs. So there are my herbs now, and I'm gonna go ahead and literally mix it as well as I can so that most of the water is taken care of and the spices are blended in. So just mixing away, mixing away. Then continue to knead it. So the kneading process is actually quite interesting. It's gonna be a longer process, but that's where all the work happens, you know? So I'm getting everything off this big bowl I have. I will be using this again because I'll be putting the kneaded dough in here. So get that butter incorporated in there as well, since I messed up on that a little bit, but that's okay. We all do. And it looks like the sage is nicely mixed in. I wasn't sure if it was going to be enough, but it is. And I like it. If I feel any pieces of the sage that are sharp, I will remove them. So far, so good. I think I did a fairly good job of getting that sorted and blended. So yep, don't forget to put, don't feel shy. Put your hands into it. And essentially what you're gonna do is knead this for about 8 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and put a timer in so I don't forget. And since you don't need to see me kneading it this whole time, I'm gonna go ahead and continue doing this. So as you can see, I'm putting a lot of, both my hands into it. Really knead it well, because you want everything to be blended nicely. And this is the best part, because this is what makes the bread. The bread, it's so good. All right, so I've been kneading this for roughly 6 minutes. I have another 2 to go. And while you're kneading it, feel free to add some bread flour to help you in the process. And then how you want to make sure that everything is nice and blended and ready for rising. I'm just gonna start bringing it in. Rolling it out. A little bit more flour out there. Do it one more time. Trust me, you're gonna really love this bread. So it's worth all the effort. So I'll just go ahead and finish this up. Get that bowl back here. Make sure there's some bread flour around it. Place this in, put some more flour around it. So this is all bread flour. And then cover it up and put a timer for an hour. So in an hour, I'll come back and check it out. It would have risen, and then we will go ahead and do the second phase of the process, which is some more kneading. It has been an hour, so let's go ahead and open it. And as you can tell, it has risen a lot. Looks really good. Smells really good. Sprinkle some more bread flour right here before I begin. And I will go ahead and roll this down and out, just very lightly tapping it. And there we have it. Looks so good. It smells so good. Okay, So I'm gonna go ahead and knead it a little bit again. And it's nice and softer. So I'll go ahead and knead it. And then now I'm actually gonna go ahead and divide it in half. So I'm doing that because this will make 2 loaves. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Roughly half, it doesn't have to be perfect. And I have 2 baking dishes now. I don't have the perfect loaf pans. I have one of those. And then the other one I have is like a cake pan, but it's all good. So I'm gonna go ahead and knead that. I'll just do it for about 2-3 minutes. It's really nice actually, and it smells really good. So I think those spices, which were just the dried up sage that I crushed, and then the garlic powder, are doing well in here. So you could probably do this with almost anything. So, you know, find a flavor you like. Maybe next time I'll try cheese or something. But yeah, you could try different flavors, different spices. I will get it ready to put in the pan. So what I've done with the pans, I'll just show you real quick, is I have the pan, it's already buttered, so make sure it's buttered well, and I have 2 pans. So I'm gonna go ahead and move my pans over here. So these are my 2 already buttered pans. And I'll go ahead and finish doing this, and then I will make it fit, kind of shape it for the pan. So let's just do one more stretch out. Here we go. It's coming together nicely. Okay, so I'm gonna now roll it inwards. And then go ahead and get it covered in the bread flour again. Make sure you get all the sides. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the pan. So that's what it looks like. And then I will go ahead and do the same thing with this one, and since this is a round pan, I'll try to make it more rounded. There. So it's a circle. And cover it up. Keep it on the side. Put another timer for an hour. The oven, what I did is, because this last time it was another hour that I had to, you know, cover it up and give it time. So what I did is I set the timer for 30 minutes so that I could come and turn on the oven to preheat. So I turned on the oven at 400 and it is preheated now. And so let's look at our bread. It is looking good. And it's gonna be in the oven. So nice. It smells good too. So I'm going to put in the oven for 35 to 40 minutes. Okay, 35 to 40 minutes, and it should be good to go. Alrighty, can't wait to smell it and can't wait to eat it. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.